Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Awesome 80s Podcast. This is Michael.
This is Lawrence. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Glenn. How are you?
Hi. Is this All Hallows Eve?
It's All Hallows Eve. Hopefully we get this thing out tonight, and everyone will enjoy this while they're driving their kids around trick-or-treating tomorrow. We'll see.
Right. Who else do we have on All Hallows Eve except our resident horror movie expert, Garon? Hello, Garon.
Hello, sirs.
I forget I'm on video, and I'm looking down at this Band-Aid that I just cut myself a few minutes ago, and then I'm like, oh, I shouldn't be doing that.
I got my Band-Aid for getting my flu shot. It is the cold flu season, so everyone be careful out there.
Safety first.
Wash your hands.
In California, do you guys have the cold and flu season? Like, is that a thing?
Yeah, it kind of lasts the whole year because we have those Santa Ana winds that creep up every once in a while, and that makes everybody sick.
I mean, that was the stupid, dumbest Midwesterner question of all time, but I had to put it out there.
It does get cold here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you're from the Midwest. You know that that's not cold.
You'd think it wouldn't affect me, but it does. I get cold very easily now. I'm like an old spinster woman. I have a blanket with me everywhere I go. Hats everywhere.
Cardigan.
I do have. That's 100% true.
How'd you do last night in trivia, Garen?
We killed.
Nice.
Trivia Tuesday night.
Oh, was it Tuesday night?
I think we had double the second place team score. I don't want to brag.
You've been very busy. You've been you saw Pippin, you saw the Four Seasons show.
Jersey Boys.
Jersey Boys. Very busy man, Garen.
Well, you know, I have to do something with my nights since my days are spent, watching these.
Oh, is that the Steven Spielberg set?
This is the Halloween set. Halloween.
Very
just
good.
in time for Halloween.
Just in time. We'll talk about it. Last time you were on here, Garen, not to put you on the spot, but we talked about fall TV shows. Have you guys watched any?
Yeah.
We talked that we were going to.
You're proven wrong.
Well, by
Jane the Virgin, still going.
Still going,
Not
and
the first casualty.
did we even talk about Manhattan Love Story? I felt like I've never heard of it before.
I don't think we did. We may have just breezed through it.
Blackish is getting great reviews. I'm going to go back and watch all of them.
Yeah, my wife has forced me to watch Blackish. It kind of makes me scared because it seems like at any moment she's going to leave me for, Ozzy or just other members of the 1985 St. Louis Cardinals. But yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's a nice family show.
I just got a recommendation to watch A to Z this week, which I have not watched either.
I like it.
I've heard good things.
It's good.
Now I'm trying to think of what I'm watching because I know. Oh well, Murder. How to Get Away with Murder is pretty awesome.
Yep.
I'm waiting for Grace Point to really be really good. Good. I don't know. I'm 5 episodes in, so I might as well stick. I'm halfway through.
I've watched the first one, and I haven't watched the others because it was identical to Broadchurch.
Yes.
So
I
I
had
don't know
not
how they're
watched
going to separate it. So.
And my son for Halloween is going as, and now I'm blanking. Give me the name of the star of Grace Point.
David Tennant?
David Tennant. Not a specific David Tennant, just David Tennant. And he looks great. He walked into a group last week for a dress-up thing, and everyone knew who he was. And I was like,
have the coolest son in the world to go as David, not even Doctor Who, as David Tennant.
Just David Tennant as David Tennant.
David Tennant.
Yeah, that is my son. So awesome. He is David Tennant. We had to find the correct. He wanted to have the sonic screwdriver just in case someone asked him. So we had to find the correct year sonic screwdriver. So if someone's like, "What are you?" he pulls that out, and if they still don't get it, he's away.
Don't want your time on them.
Yeah.
So I'm watching those. The Married Show.
Marry Me?
Marry Me.
I watched it.
Delightful.
Yeah, I love it.
They had a happy endings flashback or callback this week, which was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was amazing. Derek.
Yes. Michael, are you watching anything new?
Yeah, I watched the Marry Me and then the Blackish. I don't know. Whatever my wife tells me to watch, I don't even.
Shit, my wife makes me watch.
Shit, my wife makes me watch. Just kind of zone out.
Garon, what has stood out to you so far? You've seen basically everything I have, probably more.
Marry Me's great. I'm watching Red Band Society, which I like a lot.
It's getting canceled, buddy.
It probably is, and that annoys me. The Flash, fantastic.
Nice.
Loving The
My
Flash.
son loves The Flash.
I'm trying to think of what else. Grace Point's okay. The one episode I saw. A to Z I like. It's charming. Wasn't sure I was going to like it, but I kind of caught up in it.
Hey, Glenn. How do you feel about this year's season of Saturday Night Live?
Funny you should mention that. Let's just, Garon, first of all, I got a Hugh Hefner DVD in the mail finally 2 days ago. So I will be spending my afternoon tomorrow writing that. I have reviewed every Saturday Night Live, and I have not published them yet. So I hope to do that. I'm not going to publish them all. I'm going to wait for the reruns. And then when they rerun, so I'm going to publish the first one and then this week's episode, and then as they rerun, I'll publish the ones I've already wrote and try to stay current. And you can find those hopefully on the popculturebeast.com.
I can't wait to see them.
So they are done, sitting on this very laptop that I am talking. So I'm going to do the Hugh Hefner one tomorrow and hope to post that Saturday. And then popculturebeast.com, check it out for all your needs.
Can you give me a sneak peek of last Saturday's?
Last Saturday, I have very mixed emotions. This is what Saturday Night Live has done well this year. They've kept the bad sketches very small, like to a minimum of. They're not like 8-minute sketches. They're only like 4-minute sketches. It's like, okay, we know they're bad, so we're just gonna limit the amount of time that they're on. I thought the Jim Carrey callback with all of the past Jim Carrey characters was great. I thought the McConaughey was great, and I thought some other things weren't so great. And we'll talk about it. Not right now.
I just real quick the dating show one I thought was amazing.
That was awesome. The dating show was awesome. I think I gave last week's episode the most Lauren Michael heads, which is another thing I find the correct Lauren Michael head to use in my rating system. So that is a thing. I may have to our former friend Brett Catoni to help me develop the perfect Lauren Michael head to put at the bottom of each column.
I can't wait to see that.
I'm looking forward to it too. I had a hospital stay, a brief one, but then I was sick for a while, and then the last few weeks have been crazy. I got my 10th root canal yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
Do you remember I went to that crazy doctor who maybe didn't have a license and he didn't charge anything except to the insurance company? It turns out he messed a lot of things up in my mouth. So they're just redoing stuff.
I'm so sorry, Glenn. It's like, on my mom's or my dad's side, there's part British people, and they got digestional issues and teeth problems. And you have British people in your lineage, and you have got both of those as well. I'm sorry, Glenn.
Okay. It's okay. And Garon, since we last saw you, we got to meet your boss again.
Oh yeah. How did that go?
It went marvelously. I don't know if he actually knew who we were, but he acted like he did.
Oh yeah, I know these guys.
Well, yeah. All I did was say, hello. He was obviously very funny, and I said that, Garon has been on our podcast before, and he said the Awesome 80s guys. Whether he actually saw someone's T-shirt or he knew, it didn't matter. It was still great. He took a couple of wonderful pictures with us, awesome. And for that, we thank you. And
one thing I noticed about his performance was he might have said, I mean, this isn't a bad thing. He might have said like 6 jokes.
That's his whole. Yeah. Well, I mean, part of it. He doesn't tell any jokes. He just.
I thought it was really good.
Oh, he talked about the one we were at. We were at the show, Garon, where the guy made the T-shirt.
Oh yeah, Homewood or something.
Yeah, and he had the wrong hometown, and that was embarrassing.
That poor guy.
Yeah. So,
like Jimmy said, do your research.
Do your research. Right when I saw the T-shirt, I whispered to my wife. I said, "That's not the right hometown." Because he's from hometown. Anyway,
Oh, man.
so it's Halloween season, as you mentioned. Last week we did a great, almost 2-hour interview with the great Andre Gower. If you guys haven't watched that,
benchmark, longest ever Awesome 80s podcast episode.
If you haven't watched that or listened to it, to anyone out there, I strongly suggest you do if you like Monster Squad in any way, shape, or form. He was a gentleman, and he gave us so much information about Monster Squad that you can't find anywhere. And it was pretty awesome. So check that out. It's definitely a must listen.
I need to listen to that because I love that movie. And I had that on Blu-ray 2 different times over, so I definitely need to check that out. That sounds like it's going to be a great episode.
My favorite part is when he talked about the fans coming up to him and describing their lives and how it paralleled the characters in the show. It was a lot of fun just listening to him talk.
My favorite part, actually, comments that we got from superfan Casey, I got yesterday, was that he actively talks about how he tried to big-time a video store clerk and to not make him sign up for a membership because they had a rare Korean Monster Squad poster hanging above him, and it didn't work. But he was a joy. The first 40 minutes or so was kind of just the history of Andre Gower, how he came to be, what he's done in the last 20 years, why he's trying to get back into acting now. And then after that was just pure Monster Squad goodness. And I loved all of it, so I suggest anyone out there listen to it. It was fun. It was fun. We had the largest in-studio audience we ever had. I think we had five people here. 5 people. Superfan Michael's telling me right now 5 people in my area, and for 2 hours, most everyone was entertained. A couple was making out on the couch for a few minutes, but that's so Garon, check it out. It is definitely a great episode. So this is our final Halloween episode. We had the interview with Michael. Help me out.
What were you talking?
They wrote a great book. Anatomy of Fear.
Yes, Anatomy of Fear.
I think, Garon, I sent you a copy of the book a while ago via PDF.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did.
So
Chris Vanderkay.
Chris Vanderkay. Great book, great guest. He will definitely be back to do House with the original writer of House, I believe. He's going to be will be on our show.
Awesome. The William Catt movie?
What?
William Catt movie, House? George Wendt?
Yes.
Awesome.
Guy's not going to say it if it's not true.
He said it. So, Anatomy of Fear, I read it. It is a very good book. You should check it out. Go to Amazon. You can buy it. Leave a nice review for him. And in his upcoming book, I know I'm a part of it. Michael, are you a part of it?
Yes. No, I did not respond. I've been busy. I've been doing stuff. I've been at the mall, Glenn. I don't know if you saw that on the internet.
No. So real quick before we get to Halloween, Michael, you have your movie debut next Saturday.
Next Saturday in Peoria. I hope to get the small award. Like there's a short award and a feature-length award. You can get the crowd award. That's what I'm really going for. It's because when I'm creating this anthology, some of it takes place in a mall, some of it's at the farm, and some of it was just in a field. And the part that I did in the field, it's about a 11-minute long film. It'll be in Peoria at the Drunken Zombie Film Festival.
And Garon, we will definitely get you a copy of that DVD. Watch it.
I will watch it.
Okay.
And you have your first movie on DVD too, right, Michael?
Yes, Earth Day 1. Yes.
So when Earth Day 2, Garon, I will send you a package with both Earth Days.
Oh, I can't wait.
1 and 2. And Garon, I've been sharing this on my Facebook, but you have a part in a short movie that is out, Egg. Correct?
They are currently crowdfunding on Kickstarter. It's a short film based on the story from my book, Demonic and Other Tales, which you can find on Amazon and Kindle. They adapted it. They got some great cast members: Dwayne Whitaker, Lynn Lowry is a big cult horror actress from the Crazies and Cat People. It's exciting. Check it out. It's on Kickstarter. Just search Eggs Horror Movie. It's a Kickstarter staff pick, which is even more exciting.
Nice.
So I think there's like a week or so left in the funding, so check it out. Share it. Tell everybody about it.
Is it close? I donated last week, but do I need to give more? Is it close? Are we close?
They are 30, almost 30%, I think.
You want to give it the Pardo bump? You need to give it the Pardo bump.
I haven't given it the Pardo bump because of Parkastathon coming up.
Oh.
It's kind of everyone was such a huge help with the Pop Culture Beast Kickstarter that it might be too quick to go that well.
Understandable. Completely understandable. So, a few months back, Garon, you, on these very airwaves, probably not on video, you mentioned, hey, I'd like to do Halloween 3. Now, first of all, I'm not a horror movie fan, but I trust. I watched Sleepaway Camp. I'm good with that. I have only seen the first ever Halloween, which in theory was set just about 35 miles away from here, where I live currently, where Michael grew up. That's where was it the hospital? The
Smith's
prison?
Grove?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you go by Halloween mythology, that took place not too far from where we're at. Now, since it's lore in this area, the map is all over the place because they weren't very strategically accurate, of course, in the location of it. But all the clues lead to an area right out of Streeter, Illinois, which is not far from us. So I saw Halloween 1 a long time ago, and I was like, oh, this is good. I like this. And so Halloween 3, I was like, let's get ready. Let's Michael Myers this bitch. Let's do it.
Oh, that was your first.
Boy, was I wrong. Was I wrong? Let's talk about it.
Well, I thought maybe we could go back a little bit and just talk about your introduction to horror film, Garon. Like, what are the horror films that you love, and what are the ones that you first watched as a child?
Oh, I saw Nightmare on Elm Street when I was way too young. I remember sneaking. Somebody in my house was watching it. I don't know if it was my cousin. Maybe she was babysitting us. I don't remember. But I remember sneaking out of my room, crawling behind our couch to the back corner of the living room where there was this big lazy boy, one of those 80s style big fluffy lazy boy chairs. Just kind of camping out behind it and then singing the movie on TV, secretly watching it. And to this day, I have nightmares about Freddy Krueger because of that. Because I saw it so young, it got stuck in my brain. Every once in a while, he'll make a little appearance in an adult man sleeping dream. So I saw that. I saw Jaws. I saw Halloween 4 and 5 one night and had nightmares so bad that I was hallucinating Michael Myers was standing over my bed.
Oh, wow.
I have a long mental history with horror films. It's crazy. But I can't swim in the ocean without seeing Jaws coming after me. So that's fun. But yeah, I think Nightmare on Elm Street was one of the first that I saw, and it's that franchise is probably my favorite because of that. But it's been a long 34 years of watching fantastic, amazing horror films. One of which is Halloween 3.
So is there any contemporary ones, say like from 1990 on, that you think that people should watch?
Scream, I think, is great. The Conjuring is fantastic. Ty West, his films are all exceptional. House of the Devil is great. He just put out one called The Sacrament last year or earlier this year. Excellent. It's like a Jonestown Massacre kind of deal.
Okay.
Definitely check that out.
Two things real quick. I heard that they're doing a Scream TV series. Have you heard anything about this?
Yes. MTV.
I'll take that as in the intent I delivered it. Okay, so you have this background with horror movies. You have done a great service to us by being on here, and we want to continue to have you on here. But I want to flip the script. We get requests. People love you on here. We get requests for Garon episodes. And so I think, once every 5-6 weeks, if that hasn't seemed to be too big of an inconvenience to you, to be on here. I want to give you guys a choice. You guys are both horror movie aficionados. There's one movie I really want to do with you guys. And there's one movie that I think exists in my mind because I think my dad used to watch it. And I want to give you guys a choice over which two we're going to do next. Will it be Silent Night, Deadly Night for a Christmas theme? That exists, right?
That does exist.
Okay, or one of my favorites as a child, Motel Hell.
Oh, man. I have never seen Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Okay, let's do it in the first week or two of December. We'll work that out later.
Awesome.
Let's do Silent Night, Deadly Night, and then after that, we'll do Motel Hell.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
I just saw Motel Hell for the first time about a month ago.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Crazy
And
Screen Factory. I pimp them out more than I pimp my own site out, apparently. I'm seeing all these movies that I missed when I was a kid because of them releasing them. They're releasing them in these great sets.
I had a neighbor down the way who loved Motel Hell, and he was a huge. So every time, and he was younger than me, so I was maybe 9. He was like 7.
Oh, that's really young to see Motel Hell.
He might have become a serial killer. I'm not sure. But that's fine. That's fine. All right, so Silent Night, Deadly Night will be our next horror movie that we do.
Cool.
I'm excited about it. I remember my dad used to love it. I think I remember watching it a couple times. So we're going to do that. But we're at the Halloween season. So you suggested Halloween 3. I was stoked to see a Michael Myers movie because I'd seen one before. And I got a little surprise as I put the movie in I hit play on Amazon Prime last night, and I pull up Wikipedia just to get a gist of this movie, and this is not a Michael Myers movie. This is the first non-Michael Myers movie, which was supposed to be the first of many non-Michael Myers movies in the Halloween series. That did not happen.
Nope.
Glenn, Michael Myers was in the movie like 3 different times.
I think you get what I'm saying. I don't think you think about it. I think you understand.
Yes, he was not the star of this movie.
So, we have the Atari Graphics opening. And then we go right to Knight Rider electronic music in the background. We have a guy running for his life. We have a man in a nicely dressed suit. Looked like my son dressed as David Tennant. Wasn't. He's trying to choke this man out. We have a situation with a car. We have a man getting away. Another man gets hit by a car in the suit. Man goes to the hospital. Michael, what happens?
We got to call in the special doctor. I mean...
Oh, Dr. Stash?
Dr. Mustache, the star of Lethal Weapon 1. Tom Atkins, you can tell he kind of has a rocky relationship with his wife. He loves his kids. They all love their kids, but sometimes it's hard to live with those wives.
He's fucking around a lot, right?
You get the feeling he's at least 2 or 3 nurses, and then a little bit on the side later.
Lady.
Yeah.
The autopsy lady. He's obviously banging her.
You get the feeling that they did everything but have dinner one night.
Hello.
So they got to call him because they're swamped. They're swamped at the hospital.
Oh, I did.
His pager comes off. His pager goes off. Awesome 80s. Throwback.
I did miss the part where he tried to choke out the black man, which I took. He couldn't try to do it, and I took that as a societal reference. You can't choke out the black man. You're gonna survive.
See, this movie works at so many different levels, Glenn. You'd think you'd be able to take a step back and realize that.
I did.
Okay.
I did. We got corporations running amok.
All corporation-y.
So he's in the hospital. He tells everyone, "They're gonna kill us. They're gonna kill me." And Garon, what happens to him?
He gets a visit, and we lose him, guys.
Oh.
We lose him. We lose him quick. We lose him too soon.
Are we to assume that his head popped off or his head exploded?
Exploded, I think. I mean, we have a head pop off later.
A couple times, no?
A couple times, yeah.
Lots of popping heads in this movie.
They did a great job of making people die.
There are some great practical effects, including, well, we'll talk about later, but Yeah, they did a really good job with the heads.
This is 1981, right? I believe so. I think it's 81.
82.
82. Oh, he's got the box right there. Oh, and I'm sorry, this movie was subtitled Halloween 3,
Season of the Witch.
Season of the Witch. What was Blair Witch 2?
Book of Shadows.
Book of Shadows. All right.
Or Forgettable.
There's this redheaded lady in there with awesome boobs. It's worth 30 seconds of your time.
Not for you, Garon.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Did Season of the Witch, or I'm sorry, did Blair Witch 2 have the same Steak and Shake girl?
I don't think so.
Okay, because Garon, do you guys have Steak and Shake out there?
I think they just opened it.
Really? Okay, so Steak
they
and
just
Shake
opened one. It was a big deal.
Yeah, it started in the town that I'm sitting in now, that Michael grew up in. First ever Steak and Shake. And so we have Steak and Shake everything around here. And when Blair Witch 1 came out, the whole big thing was that lead girl was in a Steak and Shake commercial. Like, everyone, she was in that Steak and Shake commercial.
That Blair Witch movie is a true story.
Michael, you worked at Steak and Shake at that time, I think.
Yes, I did. Yes. It was fantastic. People would come in. Hey, are you the guy in the commercial? No, I'm not the guy in the commercial.
So the guy gets killed in the hospital. He goes to the car and he lights him. My wife hates these type of movies. She walks in for 5 seconds as the guy's dousing himself in gasoline and then blows up the car. So that wasn't great. Then I bring that up because then they have a fireman who, Michael, you're a fireman. Mm-hmm. We can put that out there. He reminds me of you in 15 years, like if you grew a stash, like if you could grow a stash with your gingerness. You had the big mustache.
That's almost November. So.
I'm dead serious. I'd trade a year of my life for an awesome mustache, especially near the end. What does it matter?
And then yet Kevin Smith just goes shaves his beard off willy-nilly. What have we got?
It's a big thing on the internet. That's great.
God, he's unrecognizable.
He is.
He looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid.
So this guy douses himself in gasoline, Michael. Take it from there.
Eventually, we talked about the medical examiner, Quincy M.E., medical examiner, who later on she discovers that there wasn't any organic substances within this car, and that can't be right.
And the medical examiner's banging Dr. Stash.
Dr. Stash. I mean, there's a certain power that you hold as a doctor, especially in the emergency rooms, like life and death. It's like you're the one holding the scales, and some women are attracted to that.
Have you ever thought about leaving your wife just to get fireman strange? Because you're a fireman, that's got to be right.
I think if I got that mustache, man. There's some younger members of the department that they're known for that. They're known for that.
Michael, sitting to my left off camera, just says that he's seen Chicago Fire, so he knows how that works.
Everything in Chicago Fire is exactly how real firefighters are.
So dead guy's daughter comes in. She's 80s attractive, I would say. Maybe like little Andy McDowell before St. Elmo's Fire.
Oh.
The curls. Her and Dr. Stash. What was that, Aaron?
That's a good description.
Thank you. Her and Dr. Stash automatically have a chemistry. And she knows something's been done wrong to her dad. And Dr. Stash is like, I'll leave my wife and kids for a few days, leave the medical examiner I'm banging. Let's go figure out what's going on. Now, I thought I picked up on an error. I knew nothing about this movie, as you guys did. So as the guy's dying, on the monitor, in the distant, fuzzy background of 1980 cinema, you see a shamrock. And I thought that was like a joke. So I write, montage, shamrock. Or joke, shamrock. But then it turns out that's like the essential part of the whole movie. So I'm an idiot.
So Mustache Man, Tom Atkins, he ends up leaving his wife. Have you ever seen Harlem Nights?
Yes.
One of my favorite parts of the movie. It's pretty dark, but they're ripping off the Italian mob, and Lady Heroine decides that she's going to go live with the big fat bagman and one of the mob characters, and he calls his family and he's like, "Honey, tell your mom Daddy's not coming home no more," and he just hangs out the phone.
What? What? What
Yeah,
movie?
exactly, Harlem Nights, and it felt like this was a very similar situation for Doctor Mustache. He's like, you know what? I'm a doctor. I'm pretty much a superhero. I gotta go figure out what's going on with this guy that lit himself on fire.
I'm not gonna lie. Michael H. is the last person I thought who would own Harlem Nights on DVD, but thanks to his exquisite cataloging system, pulls it right away.
That is an amazing film.
Richard Pryor.
Thank you for noticing the cataloging system.
You're welcome. Do we want to discuss Bill Cosby? No, we shouldn't. All right, continue.
Part 6?
No.
Are we ever gonna do Leonard Part 6, Glenn?
I don't know if we can now. Turns out people actually finally care that he raped 13 women.
You guys should do Leonard Part 6 the same day you do the movie Irreplaceable. I'm sorry, Irreversible.
I know what you meant.
Irreversible.
I know what you meant.
Oh, Bill Cosby.
You know why there weren't? You know why that we only saw Part 6, not the first 5, right?
I imagine there must have been someone pressing charges.
The first 5, the government found so controversial that they would not release them. He says that in the opening of the movie. It's the only part of Leonard Part 6 I remember.
I only remember the ostrich.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Real quick, Garon, you're drinking Carl's Jr. or Hardee's?
Carl's Jr. This
Same
side of the
logo.
country, they're Carl's Jr.
We had an extensive conversation with Andre Gower about Hardee's and Seth Green's involvement in the Cha-Ching video of the 80s. You know what? You'll listen. You'll listen.
You know, when I had the dream in 1987 to one day hang out with the star of Monster Squad, I wanted to make sure I talked about Hardee's with him. Thanks, Glenn.
Hey, he promised me a vine from Seth Green when he goes over to his house next week, doing his 1980s commercial thing. So if that happens, I'm just going to masturbate to that video.
Okay.
Just putting it out there.
All right, well, have fun with that.
I will. Oh, I'm going to vine it too, so you guys may. Oh, Gary, you're lucky I don't have your cell phone number. But
There's a market for that kind of stuff, Glenn.
They give awards for that stuff.
So
Dr. Mustache and the daughter.
He leaves his wife. He's going to take the daughter on the road. They're going to get to the bottom of this.
They eventually end up in Santa Clara, or Santa Mira. Santa Clara's in Lost Boys, and apparently it's this place where all these Irish people moved to this Spanish named community in California.
Makes sense to me.
Makes total sense with me. So apparently it's supposed to be the Shamrock Corporation is supposed to be this giant multinational conglomerate, but they didn't bring in they're not hiring any locals to work there. That doesn't make any sense.
It kind of makes sense. I don't want any Irishmen from a Spanish town.
Okay.
Michael's now watching old Seth Green commercials and clapping on YouTube.
Okay.
This is such a change.
So as they drive through town, they drive past the hotel. You see the guy out there. He looks like a busy bee. Like he's in everyone's business, right? They drive through town. They end up back at the hotel because there's really nothing left in town. We meet the people from maybe Baltimore, the lady from San Francisco. Seems like a fine place. Dr. Mustache does some snooping, Murder, She Wrote style. Finds out that that her dad stayed there on the 20th, whatever that was. 10 days ago, I've been told.
So there's the lady from Baltimore. She's a small business owner.
No, she's from San Francisco.
San Francisco, that's right.
She lost her
The
order,
family.
right?
What?
She lost her order. Where's my order? I have to wait for my order.
My order! She looked pissed. Like, I wouldn't mess with that lady.
And that family with the ginger child. They're from
Yeah,
Baltimore.
the bike and everything else happens. And
They're also a small business owner. And then her dad is also a small business owner. Everyone's leaving the downtown. They're going out to the mall.
Guys, the movie, if anything, is about major corporations attack on small business and small Main Street America.
It's Wall Street versus Main Street is what it is.
Exactly.
I agree. I agree. I concur. And that's basically the end of the movie.
Well, once they both sleep around a little bit, and then they get back to the hotel room, and then it's like, well, I should probably get another hotel room, right? Why bother?
Well, then it became titty time, right?
It's an 80s horror movie. You're probably going to see some boobs.
That's how it was written in the script, by the way.
Titty time. I mean, he looked like he was really sucking on those nipples. I don't want to say I looked, but I'm just saying. He did.
Father just died.
She's in a very vulnerable place right now, Glenn.
She just needed to feel alive. That's what it
So,
was.
all of a sudden, this is high fidelity?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew you were going there.
Hey, by the way, Cash Snell, I don't know who she is, just now in real time emailed us if she can get our T-shirt in blue, because Chicago Cubs blue would be fantastic.
Blue is comfy.
She's from Benton, Illinois. Cass, we do have blue. Michael sitting next to me has a blue one. Send us your order. We'll be happy to talk to you about it.
Long sleeve or short sleeve?
That's how we sell things.
It can be long sleeve, short sleeve, and you can pick the color of the decal.
So, Cass, there you go. We'll be happy to provide that. Back to titty time.
For an older gentleman, seems like he does all right for himself.
He's a doctor. He saves lives.
Yeah. So is it the next day that then they go on the tour?
Yeah. Next. Oh no. I don't believe so. Is it?
What is it?
Didn't he go back home?
Well, he's been keeping in touch with the medical examiner, who's constantly looking at stuff, and she eventually comes to the realization that there's no organic matter in this car, and that it has to be. It's got to be a robot, but she can't say it over the phone.
Oh no. She just has to play with that little transformer that she found.
Oh, and plus we can't forget Ed the drunk. I named him Ed. I don't know his name. Ed's got a lot of theories. He's like an Art Bell guy. He just needs $1 and maybe a nip or two off the drink, and then his head pops off by men in suits. I think that's.
Boy.
I've taken this in a bad direction, haven't I? I'm gonna let you guys talk.
If you say you're a 20-something-year-old girl, and your dad's head pops off in an emergency room, and then the guy that everyone sees does it, there's some black lady screaming, lights himself on fire, and explodes in his car, would you just go to Santa Mira with Mustache Man?
What do you got to lose?
What do you got to lose?
Every night in Cabrini Greens.
Okay.
I shushed him.
Okay.
So this whole thing's getting creepy, right? Because I mean, we got the guy driving by, the owner of the toy factory. The girl down the way during sexy time, she gets electrocuted. She's fine though. They flew her back to San Francisco. Then we get to meet the bad, right? The big bad. Seems like a charming man.
I forgot his name. Some nice strong Irish name. Cochrane.
Art Garon is looking that up as we speak.
Connell Cochrane.
There you go. He beat you.
He's got the DVD.
Don't worry. Garon, of all people, knows the pressure of being put on the spot to look up information right there.
I'm a professional.
Yeah, he is a professional at this.
Touche, Garon.
So he seems like a smooth guy, though. Everyone likes him, shakes your hand, gives you a big smile, creepy a little. So, Michael, let's play this out. So what happens here?
Well, they get They go there. She's there to investigate what's going on, but they kind of piggyback on the local neighbors, apparently the local salesmen who drive the RV, and then apparently there's some kind of contest winners, so they got to come in and win their contest, and they've been chosen to do some market research. But before that, they can take a tour of the entire factory. So Mustache Man and the daughter of the guy's head got popped off. Take the tour together.
And
And they take the tour. They see from beginning to end, what it's like for this multinational corporation to make, from the beginning to end of what it takes to make a mask for Halloween. That's just around the corner, and apparently they just keep making it and making it, but they're not taking any orders for next year. Huh. Do people still wear masks at all? Like little kids?
Kind of. Not really.
They don't make
Like,
masks as good as they used to. I know that. Like if I go into a party city or whatever, it's like this mask is garbage. I used to have it was pretty much an exact replica of the skeleton mask that they have in this movie. I had that same mask.
A guy today at work dressed up as Orko, and it was phenomenal.
From He-Man?
Yes.
Nice.
He made his own costume, and it was phenomenal.
So what did he do for the face area? Did he have like a scarf? What did he do?
Yeah, he scarfed it.
Did he blackface the rest?
Yes, maybe. But he made his own shirt. I mean, it was all homemade. It was beautiful. It was a thing of beauty.
Nice.
This may surprise you. You just can't find an Orko costume out there anymore. It's a sad world we live in.
Wow, that is awesome. I'm jealous.
Aaron, were you a He-Man fan at all?
I liked it. I know I had some of the toys. I think I was more towards G.I. Joe than it was He-Man.
Shut up, Michael.
And Mask. I liked Mask.
Okay.
The Eric Stoltz movie was Cher?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Fantastic.
I thought you were talking about the Jim Carrey movie. I'm sorry.
No, I don't like that.
I hate that movie.
But it introduced the world to Cameron Diaz, so thank you.
Can't be all wrong, I guess. Just real quick. So what is it about horror movies that you like, Garon? Because it seems like you're a horror movie fan. You've got the entire box set of Halloween there. What is it about?
I do. I kind of like movies that make me give me emotional reactions. So if it, and I grew up watching them. I remember walking through, video stores and always being drawn to that section, always seeing these crazy covers that, I couldn't really rent because I was too young. I have to wait and sneak them on TV. I don't know. It just always sort of called to me, I guess. The whole life.
It feels like those boxes, especially in those 80s video stores, like the boxes for the horror movies were just the best. Like that, they spent all of their time and energy working on the poster and the cover art. It's like, all right, I guess we got to make a movie now. All right.
The one that always stood out to me was The Exorcist, and I would always see it, the priest guy in the cover in the shadows, just with his suitcase, just looking up at the house. And I would show it to my mom, and she would never let me rent it. No, you can never watch that movie. She had seen it. It scared her so bad that she pissed herself and hid her soils in her closet. It's a very long, very sad story.
Oh.
But she can't hear anything from that. I've called her on the phone, acting like the old woman from that movie, and she hangs up the phone instantly. It's very funny.
So she's down for those games. I guess to me, the Friday the 13th, those boxes were always pretty scary.
Oh yeah.
And then also the Sleepaway Camp, like both 1 and 2, I thought both of those boxes were extra creepy as well.
Was it? Which one had the girl carrying all the iconic stuff?
I think that was
backpack?
two.
Was that two?
She had like Freddy's hand, and then she had Jason's mask. And,
Yeah. You don't get this stuff anymore.
Yeah, and then even House and House 2, like both of those are just fantastic. Like just the hand with the key, right? Wasn't that House or House 2?
One of them was it was ringing the doorbell. It was a skeleton hand ringing the doorbell.
Have either of you guys heard of the story that took place here in Illinois not long ago about the guy who died in the haunted house, and then for 2 weeks he went unnoticed? They thought he was a prop.
Thanks for bringing it up, Glenn. Appreciate it. Thanks for keeping the energy so positive.
I
Where was
find
this
it
at?
an odd story.
Where was this at?
Oh, Waukegan.
Oh, really? Okay. So his family wasn't like, said he was going to the haunted house. I don't know what happened after that. Like
Older
nobody
guy,
knew where
maybe
he
he
was
didn't
at.
have family. Maybe he didn't have family. He's an older guy.
Maybe he just went by himself. I'm gonna see what the kids are up to.
Yeah, Garon, did you go to a lot of haunted houses as a kid? Were those available around?
We went every once in a while. I never went as much as I liked, and now they're too expensive. It's
Crazy.
$40 a ticket just to go to a haunted house nowadays.
It's not a mom and pop situation anymore. When I was young, my parents ran a haunted house and a costume shop out of their home. My mom would sew costumes. Their most popular was the priest and the pregnant nun. So not scary.
Your dad loves that one. He loves it.
He loves that one. My dad loves that one. But yeah, it's kind of sad because haunted houses were like a grassroots thing for a long time. Like my parents was just for the neighborhood kids, and now it's a big production and it's a lot of money to spend. It's just not what it was. And
when I was a kid, they were always at cider mills. Like you would go to the apple orchard and all that stuff, and they would have a haunted house or a haunted hayride or whatever. Then I mean, you can just as the '80s went on, they started creeping up everywhere, and then Taco Bell had a horror haunted house newspaper that they would give out when you were there, and
we didn't have that.
Loaded, yeah, it was crazy. Like Detroit had a huge collection of big haunted houses. They just sort of exploded out of nowhere.
Detroit has a lot more right now.
Oh yeah.
With real dead bodies.
Yeah. Yeah, and they will. Well, tonight they're gonna have significantly less because usually it's Devil's Night. So
that's
usually the city burns.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still that way since I've been gone, but.
Oh, I'm sure it's still that way. But I'm the real Slim Shady. I don't know.
Garon, I just want to ask about the horror movies in general again. But do you get scared watching any horror movies? Like, is that a response that you get, or is it just more of an unsettling, or just something new?
It depends. Sometimes it's unsettling. Like I was unsettled by Jesus Camp, which is a documentary.
Yes.
It was very unsettling. But The Conjuring, I was straight up scared watching it. I was all by myself. I had all the lights off, and that movie is genuinely, to me anyway, very creepy and very scary. So I was jumping. I get into it. I'm not ashamed to admit. If you can scare me, you are going to be in my heart forever. So.
Now, I recently, or not recently, but a couple months ago, watched a documentary, and we talked about it on this podcast, and I can't remember the name of it now, but it was about the guys who do haunted houses.
Oh, yeah.
On Netflix?
Yeah. I mean, those people were insane.
What was that called? I watched it.
It was like Horror Town or something? Was it?
Yeah, something like that.
That was a pretty good one.
It was actually because one guy, his family, growing up, they're like super religious, so he didn't get to go trick or treating. He didn't get to have any of that. So
but he abandoned his kids. Like his kids just wanted to be a part of his life.
Yeah, the one girl's like, "This is an extra arm. This would be fantastic." Or she's like, "Oh, look at this!" Like she'll put latex on. Like, "Look at this scab. It looks so real." And she's like 9 or 10, maybe.
If I had money, I would be building haunted houses like that. I would totally do that. If I had a house and I had money, the neighborhood would be at my place every Halloween, celebrating the joys of horror.
Well, I watch a lot of Shark Tank. So, guys, let's put this together. Let's do a haunted house in every town, franchise it, we'll make millions.
There's got to be an abandoned Taco Bell, Arby's, Burger King in every town in America.
Actually, you know what? There was something on Shark Tank a few weeks ago about these people who were on a couple seasons ago, and they got bought by a shark, and now they're doing this thing. They go town to town and put on haunted campouts. So it's a 12-hour thing, and then they have 1,000 employees now because Mark Cuban gave them $1 billion or something. But they go from town to town and they do haunted campouts, which is very similar, where they have a whole thing. So you get there at 8 o'clock at night, and it's 8 a.m. But you don't sleep because every time you try to sleep, they basically just fuck with you.
They have that out here. I think it's called the Great American Horror
Yes.
Campout.
That's them. That is
Yeah,
them.
it sounds really fun and really cool. I'm trying to convince my friends to go do it, but they're not too. I
I'd
don't
do
think
it.
they're on board yet.
I
It
do
seems
it.
like- seems like-
I'll tell you what. If you come to Illinois, I will pay for your camp out.
Hey, that's tempting. I might just do that.
It seems a lot like that dinner theater that you're so fond of, Glenn.
That's great, Garon, because this is probably an awkward time. But Michael and I have been wanting to go to L.A. forever. We've never been, so we're just gonna kind of sleep on your couch.
If you can squeeze in with the cats and the dogs.
How many dogs?
2 dogs, 2 cats.
Done.
Okay.
We got like a year. We'll talk.
Okay.
Come on over.
Okay.
So back to the movie. So they tour the factory. Mustachio notices something's afoot.
Oh, he's Italian now?
Dr.
He's a
Mustachio.
plumber. He's a plumber. He wears suspenders. He works with his brother all day.
Also, it had a very Willy Wonka vibe, did it not? Like he's showing around, and am I wrong?
They just were showing off the magic that Silver Shamrock has in their prestigious halls. They brought it from Ireland, bottled it, put it in their masks.
And they also have the Hall
Willy
of Fame
Wonka,
too.
Willy Wonka had Oompa Loompas. They had leprechauns. Same thing. Same thing. So as they're leaving, Mr. Mustache, Dr. Mustache, I don't want to disrespect him, notices something is afoot, but then dead guy daughter notices her dad's car, and she runs to it, and then a bunch of suited men in black guys surround her. They leave. Shit's getting weird. This is when he goes home, I believe.
Well, before that, the ginger kid tries to get a mask, but he has to get one of the checked masks.
Of course, you were going to bring up the one ginger in the movie. Gee.
So apparently there's a finishing process for these masks where they get the little medallion put on the back of their mask.
That's where the magic comes from, guys.
Yes, exactly.
So something's afoot. They leave. And he goes back at this point, I believe, right?
No, I think they go back to the hotel.
Okay. And what happens?
And then, yeah, does he go? He's got to go get a soda or something, right? And then he comes back and she's kidnapped.
He was gone. She disappears.
And you got to get a payphone, right? You got to go get a payphone, talk to the medical examiner who you're trying to have sex with next week, not this week. You're having sex with the 22-year-old girl of a dead guy. And then so he talks to the medical examiner, and she explains that, yes, they are a robot, that they do not exist as a human being.
And then she gets drilled.
Yes, by some other guy.
So he's on a mission. He's going to try to save the world, save her, save everything. And then I thought the scene was entirely too long. It seemed like he was in the factory for an hour. Maybe it was only 15 minutes. But it seemed like he was there for a long damn time.
When they have him tied up, you mean?
Yeah, the whole thing. Like he goes to rescue her, and then a lot of things happen.
There's a lot to discover. There's a lot going on.
Like what, Garon? Like
They got
what?
part of Stonehenge hanging out,
That was weird, right?
bringing some kind of energy out of.
Well, they kind of have the James Bond bad guy scene right there where he walks him around the entire factory and tells him his entire plan of how he's going to kill all these children.
And then they tie him to the chair, and which then he has to watch the first Halloween movie. And then once that's over with, which they call a horror-thon, but I don't think one movie counts as a horror-thon. But once Halloween's over, you're going to get zapped. Your mask is going to turn on and activate. And you're going to melt, which he showed that a few minutes earlier with our ginger friend.
A poor ginger child.
Yeah, whose face just melted into insects, right? Didn't he also have bugs popping out of his face?
Weird. That was a weird thing. Parents just sitting there and watching her child melting.
He was a very disrespectful child. You did see him give the finger to his mother.
That's true.
So he deserved it.
Sometimes people disrespect their mom.
So he deserved it.
Maybe.
I mean, he's a ginger kid, so what else? So they go through the whole thing. He's got to try to escape, save the world.
John McClane's it. He gets out of his chair. He breaks the TV. Uses the glass from the TV to rip out his bindings, and he goes inside of the vent shaft.
How does that work for him?
Eventually, he gets out onto the top of the building, but he realizes he can't just leave. He's got a responsibility to himself, those kids, the future of America, future of the relationship between corporations and the small guy.
Also, there's no fire hose for him to swing off the building with, so he's got to go back inside. Find that. Find his little minx.
So he does. Does he save her?
I mean, it's a 30-year-old movie, so we can probably assume to say that yes, he saves her.
Yes.
Ish.
I'm sorry.
He saves her, sort of. Saves her ish.
So they escape. They're on their way out. But he's got to save the world. He just can't save himself. He's got to save the world.
He makes it to the same gas station, and you're to assume that the guy that works at the gas station is somehow related to the orderly at the hospital. I don't know, the cousins or something. And he goes and he calls on the phone. He's got a direct line to the big three networks.
Oh yeah, to the mayor of TV.
Yeah, much like Mayor McCheese. And
he gets this commercial that's about to infect the entire world. He gets it off 2 of the 3 stations. Can't get it off the 3rd.
The kids are gonna die. They're just gonna switch the channel to their special station because they've been wearing those masks.
Special station?
And
NBC.
What?
Did you guys know that they made real masks for this? Like, to market them to people?
How did that work out for them?
Well, I guess they actually did sell them $25 a piece. So, Garon, the one you got, was it an officially licensed one?
I don't know. It might have been because it was identical. It looked just like it. It was the.
There was like a pumpkin one, a witch one, and a skeleton one.
Yeah, I had the skeleton one, and I don't even remember where it came from. It may have been my stepmom's, and I just sort of inherited it, but it was identical, down to the missing tooth. It was missing a tooth in the front of it.
Because the pumpkin one would definitely freak me out. Like, I'd probably want the pumpkin one just because to grab the power back from the pumpkin that killed the poor ginger child. It was definitely disturbing, like, watching this. I was probably like 8 or 9 when I first saw this. I mean, I don't care.
Too young.
What?
Too young.
Too young. But it's like the whole movie is like, well, people's heads are popping off, whatever, a drill. But then the small ginger child, it's like, feels like his head almost collapses within this mask and the bugs fly out. It's pretty messed up for a little kid to see that.
So the intent of this movie was to take the Halloween franchise in a different direction, where they told different stories, like Halloween-based stories, each movie.
Right.
That lasted for this movie. Although it made $14 million at the box office.
Oh. I remember when I first saw it, I did not like it, and I think I was in the same boat as you because I didn't know it wasn't a Michael Myers movie.
I concur. I did not like it.
Oh, see, when I revisited it, I loved it, and I still.
Well, I hope in 20 years I have the same experience.
Back again in 20 years.
Okay.
And you'll be able to put it into your chip in your brain where you can just hit a button and you can download films and enjoy it that way. You'll probably love it. You'll love it.
So how does the movie end?
We got to
call out. Oh!
What does he say? Stop? Is he just says stop it over and over again?
Yeah.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
It's kind of like a Body Snatchers ending where he's just screaming into the camera.
Love it.
So what happened? So how many Halloween movies are there?
There are 10.
Are you serious?
Yeah, there's 10. There's 8 originals and then the remake and the remake sequel.
So the 2 Rob Zombie ones at the end.
Yep.
So the first one is the classic one. The second one is when they go in the hospital, right?
Yep.
Third one is this one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fourth one is with the little girl in the clown costume, the girl that was in Roseanne?
Yes.
Okay.
Sarah Gilbert?
No, her friend. She played her friend, her bitchy friend.
Danielle Harris, yeah.
Ah, okay.
She was in what's that Bruce Willis movie with Damon Wayans?
Last Boy Scout.
Last Boy Scout. She was in Last Boy Scout. And then so the fifth one, is that H2O or no?
No. You got 2 more to go.
Two more to go. Okay,
5
so I
is
don't.
also her.
Come on, Michael.
5 is the Revenge of
Okay.
Michael Myers. Or is it Return? 4 is Return, 5 is Revenge. Let me consult my
Okay, your box set.
my box set, guys.
As you're doing this, I'm watching the Blackhawks in a shootout. I'm sorry.
4 is the Return, 5
Okay.
Revenge.
Okay, and then
Then 6.
what happens in 6?
6 is Paul Rudd's feature film debut.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
by the
origin
way,
of Michael Myers, The Curse of Michael Myers.
just supposedly he was not in Dallas.
Yeah, I saw that
Yeah.
little update. You should have taken
I'd
it.
like
You
to
have to
believe
accept
he
it.
wasn't.
I don't believe him. He was there.
I think he was too. I think he kicked the shit out of that homophobic
He
asshole.
did. He beat the. Yeah.
And I'm very happy that Paul Rudd did that. And also invited me to his mom's house.
They're gonna have a keg. That was awesome.
So, Michael, are you working on Halloween tomorrow?
Yes.
You are.
Yes.
You expect as a firefighter to like just mass hysteria in Meth Town, where you work?
A lot of times we get people doing campfires and stuff in their out around their house, and you can get a permit, but if you don't have a permit, a lot of times the neighbors see you burn garbage, or they think you can't burn garbage. You have to do dry season wood. This is probably for most towns. If you get a permit, you burn dry season wood. Make sure you check with your town. I'm sure they have a website, and just click on your click. But a lot of times you don't have dry season wood. People are out they're trying to burn drywall out there. They've got garbage out there. They've got siding out there. Anyway, be responsible with the fire at your house.
The Blackhawks just beat the Ottawa Senators in a shootout.
Okay.
Anyway. Garon, what are
I
your
had that on my
Halloween plans?
DVR.
Oh, shit. God, I'm an asshole. Garon, what are your Halloween plans?
I have no idea.
You're like, come on, you're like Mr. Halloween, you're in L.A.
We're trying to figure it out. I don't know. Either I'll stay home watch scary movies, or we're gonna go somewhere and maybe hit up a haunted house or something. I kind of want to. There was some talk about going to see famous crime scenes.
Ooh.
Oh, now that's
Yeah.
fun.
Like Dahlia? That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool, but I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll see.
That's something. I'll fly to LA tonight if we're gonna go see.
Look, we're gonna go down to Bundy. We're gonna check out O.J. Simpson's place.
Oh wow.
Cato's still there. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, he's there. He gives tours. Donation.
Yeah.
Growing up, did you guys have favorite costumes that you had, like between 0 and 12? Like, what were your favorite costumes?
I really didn't have. I don't know. I just don't remember a great costume.
I dressed
I'm
as
sure
a
you're
caveman
awesome.
once.
You were what?
I was a caveman once, which was pretty cool. I think you can find that on my Facebook page.
And I saw you in that 80s or that 2000s caveman show. You were great. The Geico commercial.
Oh,
The cave-
The Geico. Plus, they had their own. You didn't make it to the pilot for the television program.
No, you know what? It was creative differences. I didn't like the direction they were taking my character, so I said sorry.
I have a quick question for you, Garon. Speaking of old photos, do you know how my Pop Culture Beats photo came to be? Like, how was that found?
I have no idea. You're gonna have to talk to Vaughn about that.
I have not seen that picture in years.
I don't know. He must have went diving through your page and found it.
He was awesome. Good job,
He's a
Vaughn.
great guy. He did amazing work. I love Vaughn. He's a fantastic designer. He's very funny. Good guy.
Was it young handsome Glenn?
Yeah. It really was.
Oh, good.
Deep diving.
Yeah, you were Michael sitting to my left was photoshopped out of that picture actually. He was in that picture.
Where
Photoshopped
was
out.
it from?
Greg's wedding. So I am going to go see a murder mystery dinner tomorrow night.
That
at a
sounds
winery.
awesome.
Now, I used to host murder mystery dinners, like at my one-bedroom apartment with like 20 people. I'm assuming you came to those, Michael?
That dog was awesome.
Okay, so you did.
Yeah.
My parents had this old board game from like the early 80s on how to like hosting a murder mystery, and like it gave you and I just used it, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to this tomorrow. Last year, my mom runs a castle in town, like an old historic castle, and so she is the head of that castle. So last year, my sister, for my niece's Halloween party, did a Clue game, and I was the host of that, and that was a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to this tomorrow. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I enjoy murder mystery dinners, and I'm looking forward to this.
I would be there if I could.
Do you want me to fly you? Because I was going to fly you. I'll just fly you in.
Hey, I love the idea of a murder mystery dinner. I've always wanted to do it, and I have never done it.
We'll fly you. We'll fly your buddy in. It'll be great.
Let's go. Let's do it.
You can sleep in my daughter or son's room, whatever you prefer. They'll be gone. It'll be a fun time.
Let's go. Let's do it. I'll be at the airport in about, when we wrap this up, 45 minutes after that.
Okay, good.
Just ask for your name tickets, and if they're not there, just put it on your credit card. If it must have been a mix-up, I'll make sure you get reimbursed.
All right, that sounds good.
Also, Bloomington, Illinois. A lot of people fly into Bloomington, Indiana by mistake. Don't make that mistake.
Yeah, I'm Ubering my airport ride right now, so.
Oh, we're in Illinois. We don't know what an Uber is.
Well, no, you pick me up from the airport when I get there, but I mean to get from here to the LAX.
Right. Oh, I'm your Uber here. Not a problem. Red eye it. So obviously this episode was a clusterfuck of awesomeness.
So Halloween 3. Do you guys recommend watching it?
No.
Absolutely.
Damn it. Carlson, what's your favorite costume?
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
No.
Again, I really liked dressing up as Rambo, but I think it's 6th grade. I got to be Freddy, and I think that's fantastic. I mean, I've talked about it before how it's like I've collected some Freddy stuff along the way, try to steal his power because definitely he was a boogeyman to me, and he definitely freaked me out. So it was nice to dress up as Freddy.
I'm an 80s sitcom fan. I remember like the year I went as Buddy from Charles in Charge. No one got it. The year. Oh man, I almost said something horrible.
Who's the superhero? The
beer? Jesus Man?
No, there's the beer superhero from The Simpsons.
Oh, I was Duffman one year.
Yeah.
That actually was a good one. I paid a woman to put that together, and she did a horrible job for the money I paid her, but it still was a great costume, and I'm fairly sure I probably outlaid from that. However, I thought you were talking about how Buddy from Charles in Charge went on to play Jesus Man, a superhero on the Bible. That happened.
He has a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, Glenn. Anyway, I also do the mainstay of the Bumblebee. I've done the Bumblebee a few times.
I have a video of a party I threw in college to make rent money.
Oh, you threw it.
It was the type of party where I lied and said the keg was dry at midnight because then I had a whole bar of not high-priced liquor in high-priced liquor bottles set up, so people would then pay me for more. And we had a video camera in the living room because we figured people would be funny drunk later. And when I went back to watch it, a very completely sobered, I don't drink Michael Carlson was standing in front of that for about half hour dancing as a bumblebee from the Blind Melon video. Just to himself, just dancing and singing along to every song.
What am I going to say, Glenn? I don't like your friends.
My friends were assholes, but I made money off them.
Okay.
That was the point.
Boy, I hope they don't listen to this.
Garon, thank you so much for joining us again. I'm already looking forward to Silent Night, Deadly Night.
I can't wait. It's
such
always
a pleasure
a joy to be with you guys. Thank you very much.
We appreciate this. Such a pleasure. So, do I need to send you these things, or I just upload them? Do I just put them on the site? How does this work?
Yeah, just put them on the site.
All right, I'm gonna do it.
Good to go. We're good to go.
All right, you're trusting me with a lot of trust.
If you mess up, just know that I watch a lot of horror movies.
Thank you, Garon, so much for being here. Thank you guys for listening. Check out last week's episode with Andre Gower. If you are a Monster Squad fan, you have 2 hours of your life that you don't care about. Thank you always for listening. Check out the Egg Kickstarter.
Yes.
Donate some cash. Let's get that made. Check out Garon's book on Amazon Kindle.
Yes.
I love it.
Tales, the short fiction of Garon Cockrell.
There you go. Also, check out the website,
ChloeKlein.com.
ChloeKlein.com. We have a beautiful ad on there. It's a Chicago-based website about dating. She's recently featured on the Montel Williams show, so that's all I should have to say.
Steve Harvey.
Or Steve Harvey, not Montel Williams, whatever. I mean, that wasn't racist. I love you guys all very much. Stay awesome.
Stay awesome, everybody.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween.